It'd be KTV. Rock and roll. How bang! Today I'm going to fight to improve my abdominal muscles. I'm going to exercise and let my abdominal muscles shine. Whoa. How could there be so many old people?
In June 2019, the United Nations World Population Prospects stated that population aged over 65 has become the fastest growing group. Currently, the group accounts for about 9% of the world population. It's estimated that by 2050, the number will go up to 16%. That is, 1 out of every 6 people will be aged over 65. Population aging has become a global trend, to which China isn't immune. It's estimated that by 2020, China will have about over 255 million people aged over 60, occupying 17.8% of its total population.
So we've already investigated what the elderly are doing that can live independently. But what about those elderly that are living in assisted living communities? What are they doing and what are they learning? Let's go see. Ooh, this looks like fun. Can I join? Is it okay?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. 7、8。Awesome. You're much better at this than I am.
祝爷爷奶奶好，欢迎大家来到手机微课堂。上节课讲的是微信换头像的问题，这节课我们接着上节课继续讲。现在有什么问题，大家可以举手示意。
老师，我想学淘宝。
淘宝。
对。
咱们打开这个界面，点开搜索宝贝，搜索想要买的东西。
Okay, so cool. I got it. All because of online shopping at my fingertips. Thank you. 谢谢老师。
An old Chinese saying goes, "Live and learn." Actively responding to population aging, the Chinese government has planned to build a policy system and social environment that takes care of, serves for, and respects the elderly. As it moves to combine medical and elderly care and expedite the development of the elderly business and industry. As a key component of the elderly industry, the rise of universities for the elderly is satisfying the diverse needs of the elderly and encouraging the scientific and cultural learning of the entire population, making it a strategic move that actively tackles population aging. Driven by the senior wave, the Healthy China 2030 strategy is including universities for the elderly and encouraging and supporting elderly care organizations such as universities for the elderly. Elderly care service models that combine internationalized universities for the elderly and elderly care communities are also taking shape. Within the next 5 years, China plans to increase the number of elderly learners from the current 3% to 20%. Which means at least over 50 million elderly will study at universities for the elderly or educational institutes.
What's that mine ears hear? Hark! It'd be KTV. Rock and roll. How bang!
In the near future, China will have more and more elderly. Rural to urban migration is leading to rapid population aging in rural areas. The problem of imbalanced regional development and urban and rural inversion is emerging in population aging. Statistics show that by 2030, China's rural and urban areas will see their population aged over 60 reach 21.8% and 14.8% respectively. It is important to build an elderly care service system and improve the rural governance model so as to enforce the rural revitalization strategy. Currently, the Chinese government's policies are leaning towards the rural areas and old age care. The issue of old age care in rural areas has been included in the rural revitalization strategy. Apart from state efforts, old age care in rural areas in China is seeing participation from all sectors of society. In 2018, China has included mutual support old age care in rural areas in its government work report, whereby mutual support is provided in rural areas to offer old age care services. The continuous improvement of its people's life quality to match the speed of population aging is a key task of the Chinese government to ensure the well-being of its people. In 2019, China proposes the Healthy China 2030 strategy, which includes the elderly care system, healthcare system, and fitness for all. By taking the initiative against population aging, all the elderly will be able to receive care and support and feel happy and secure.
I'm in the middle of the time corridor between childhood and old age. I've seen the fulfilling lives of the elderly. How I wish I could live like this when I am old.